all and thinking, I want to be out there. I want to be with my people. So thank you for waiting. Thank you for always being on the right side, which is, for us, caring for one another and making sure that whatever we do now is for the future. It's not for us. It's for the future. So again, thank you. Thank you for that. Okay, so who filled out the card? The BS bingo. Anybody? Everybody. Oh. Thank you. Thank you so much. And thank you for this lovely rain. Thank you.
Awesome. I want to thank everybody for coming out here today. Everybody who took time off from work, traveled from out of town to spend time with us today, to show up to this meeting, to let them know that we, the community, are still watching, we are still listening, and we are not going to just sit idly by as these council members trying to get a project done that we have said no to multiple times, where the community often, every single time, will come in wild opposition to this plan. Yet they try to act like we don't exist, like we are not the majority of people who do not want this plan. What just happened today with this special meeting was an absolute disgrace. A lack of communication and a deterioration of our democracy was on high display today. And I just want to thank the council members who made that clear, that residents were not happy with the level of communication. We were not happy with the rescheduling. We were not happy with the lack of notice from the city on this meeting. And furthermore, we're going to continue to come out on April 28th to the next city council meeting where there is an action item on this. And if they would not give us public comment today, well, we'll take it at that meeting, right? Is that right? Yeah! Awesome. We have a couple speakers here today. We have a couple people who want to talk. I want to pass the microphone over first to Dr. Ariza. Awesome.
All right, so to me, today was glorious. What we did was we shook them. Could you see how uncomfortable they were? They were talking. There were so many. It was like they hadn't done their homework, and so they were just talking and talking and talking to fill up space. But really, the reality is that we are in a crisis, right? But it is a crisis of their making. And as they go scrambling, looking for water and demanding that residents pay for their irresponsible decision-making, right, we've got to remind them that we are not the problem, that we've got to hold industry accountable. They are not talking about industries guzzling of our precious resources. They are not good neighbors. If they were good neighbors, they wouldn't drain our lakes or our canyon, right? They're just like these hungry, disrespectful guests in our home, and they're taking all of our stuff, and then they want more. Yeah. And so it is time to have a council that says, you're not going to have more, you need to stop. Yes. And if you heard what they said about that Barfield model, you know it's a performance. That is a box that they're trying to check. They're not going to check for hypoxia, they're not going to check for PFAS, but they're going to put that in our drinking water. How disrespectful to the entire coastal bend. They are threatening our life and well-being. They have pitted the people's well-being against corporate profits. Yeah. And this city council, if they vote yes on desal, they are choosing profits before the people, and that is unacceptable.
That's right.
And I love you guys because we would not be here if it wasn't for your continued resistance and holding their feet to the fire and making fun of them when they need to be made fun of, because what they're doing is ridiculous. So thank you. We would not be here before we started raising awareness about this desalination stuff. Previous councils were voting 9-0 for whatever industry wanted. And so it is people who have been rising up and who have refused to back down, who have made this moment possible. And yeah, it's a little embarrassing, but guess what? Somebody's got to clean up the mess.
That's right.
And it's about time that we understand that actually we stop being gaslit, that there is no mess. Because there is a horrible mess that needs to be cleaned up. And we're doing it. They're not doing it, the people are doing it. So we should be proud of ourselves.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Ain't no power like the power of the people, because the power of the people.
Say what?
Ain't no power like the power of the people, 'cause the power of the people don't stop. Say what? Ain't no power like the power of the people, 'cause the power of the people don't stop. Ready, guys?
Awesome. Again, yeah, as Dr. Ariza said, you're right. Spot on as always. Thank you all so much for being here. And again, I just want to take a moment to thank some people who came even from out of town. So the next speaker that I want to pass the microphone over to is Mr. Manning Rollerson.
All right.
Good morning, Corpus. We're down here from Freeport, Texas. We live from Freeport Haven for environmental justice. We have the fight that you have to fight. That we get good government and government that listens to us. That's what it's about. Now, I learned something here today. I learned that your mayor got an attitude. I learned that your mayor don't listen to the people. You know, I learned that the mayor wasn't even prepared to address some of the situations that's normally that comes up, like toxicity into the water, because we have the same issue in Freeport. And what I come here to learn is how to learn from the young people down here, how we're going to have to do this fight also, because at the end of the day, if it's nationwide, it's a problem. If it's in the news, it's a problem. And when you're spending billions and trillions of dollars for water, when you allow the industry to have the majority of water, that's a problem. You can't sustain life without water. That's right. And when the industry gets 89% of the water and the taxpayer pay most of the bills, the industry is taking advantage of the people. So at this point, we should be demanding, Corpus Christi should be demanding that the industry come to the table and let it be known that they're going to take up the weight for all the problems that we're having. You affected the river. They poisoned the river. You got to look at it. The PFAS and everything don't come from just us. It comes from what they process. It comes from the permitted dumping into the river. It comes from a city that's a lack of knowledge and educating itself when the corporations come and say, hey, I need to go ahead on and increase our dumping. Well, if you pass that part of the dumping, you're going to really affect the community. No, they don't say that. They don't study do that. What they do is say, okay, here you go. And we're sitting over here saying, hey, what about us? But I do like to thank this lady right here. Yeah. You got these guys right here behind you. Yeah. That means you a slave. Yeah. And now you got me behind you. Enough. We are the people. We are the people. We are the people.
Awesome. And I just want to thank you so much for coming out here to the Rollerson family, for being here today. And it's just so amazing to me that we have so many members of the community out here today. And one of the organizations that I want to shout out, the Democratic Socialists of America, also turned out, of which I am a member of. But I want to pass the mic over now to a member of the Democratic Socialists of America who's also been organizing around desalination for a very long time. Can I get Max up here?
Listen, is this thing on? Okay. Oh my gosh, I'm out of breath from like excitement, and so let me catch my breath a little bit. And I also have to write something else. I'll just ramble. And so, anyways, hi. My name is Max Speakout, and I'm a very, very proud member of the Corpus Christi Democratic Socialists of America. I feel immense honor being able to speak up here alongside community heroes, our people's mayor, Ariza, and Manning Rollerson, who drove all the way from Freeport, Texas, to be with us today, and whose community is also bearing the brunt of fossil capitalism, which is the lifeblood and principal driver of this water crisis we are facing. Moving to Corpus Christi years ago completely changed my life for the better. I told Jenny I was crying. It's gonna happen. Because of this, I strive for everything I do to be a love letter for this city that has helped me become more of a caring and intentional version of myself. I found my family here. I've said it many times before, and I'll keep saying it. I've never felt the love that I feel from the people here. This city is so special. When I'm not organizing with DSA, I'm shaking because I'm so excited and I feel so much love being able to speak here today. But anyways, when I'm not organizing with DSA, you will most likely find me downtown at Lucy's Snack Bar, making coffee, serving breakfast, and chatting with fellow community members. But just last week, as I was sitting outside waiting for my shift to start, I heard folks talk about how they would really like to, quote, move somewhere where there's more water. When I heard that, my heart fell to the pit of my stomach like a boulder. One reason why Corpus Christi is so beautiful is that it is one of the most resilient communities with some of the most resilient people you will ever meet. We have to remember collectively that we are being lied to by these corporations, by the politicians perpetuating shock doctrine politics, and by the systems of fossil capitalism. We have enough water to care for us, but a capitalist system that lets multi-billion-dollar fossil fuel corporations relentlessly deplete our water for their profit is incompatible for a living future for us and for them. The system is contradictory. Fossil capitalism theoretically requires limitless growth and expansion necessitated by endless drive for profit. Under fossil capitalism, fossil fuels act as the lifeblood of capitalism. And what we've seen by the seizure of Venezuelan oil and the war in Iran, and more recently, imperialism as well. And it is indispensable for value creation. They are attempting to sacrifice our community for the sake of profit, but we will not let them. This is why understanding the logic of capitalism is so important, because it is an explanation of the engine that drives the political, economic, and ecological crises we are witnessing and experiencing in our community. It is the mindless, never-ending drive for theoretically limitless accumulation on an actually limited planet. What we are seeing today is political theater and shock doctrine politics. The political elite and leaders within the status quo are exploiting the chaos of this manufactured water crisis we are facing to push through the very unpopular false solution of desalination. They favor corporate interests while disadvantaging and disenfranchising community members. We will not let them do this. We cannot let them do this. In Corpus Christi DSA, we are working to disrupt the status quo, racial hierarchies, and fossil capitalism, and enable everyone to become political members of our community by organizing everyday residents of Corpus Christi, building and working within coalitions, and advancing an eco-socialist vision and future.
Yeah, let's go! Let's go!
The crisis we are facing right now is fossil capitalism, so the answer to our crisis is eco-socialism. This looks like democratic control over our resources and means of production, reparations towards communities bearing the brunt of these crises, and a complete transition away from fossil economy that drives exploitation, oppression, and domination here in our community and all over the world. We must struggle for it, and the task is monumental. We are going up against the most powerful political, economic, and social forces on Earth. Although daunting, we must acknowledge the choices in front of us. People or fossil fuel corporations, eco-socialism or barbarism. The choice cannot be made by the political clowns beholden to industry. It is a struggle we are in, yes, but that's what this beautiful community is made of, beautiful struggle. We have to be there for one another in struggle, and we have to keep showing the world how beautiful this place is. Joy is not resistance. Many of us are here because of grief and despair and sickness. But we are proof that there can be joy in resistance. And I look at everyone here today and I feel joy in so many ways. I love this place and everyone here, and I will not stop fighting because we are full of grief, but also because we find joy in one another and we love one another. And that is something that they neither take or sell. And because of that, they're not going to keep taking or selling our water either. Many years ago, my first
and y'all were chanting, "The status quo has got to go." You do it best. So I was like,
All right, here we go. Hey, hey! Ho, ho! The status quo has got to go! Hey, hey! Ho, ho! The status quo has got to go! Hey, hey! Ho, ho! The status quo has got to go! Hey, hey! Ho, ho! The status quo has got to go!
Awesome. Thank you so much to Max and for leading that chant. What we witnessed in here today was no action being taken on the desalination plant. We just witnessed a discussion of new information that members of this community have been knowing for years. We have been raising the concerns that the far-field model is not being accurately completed. It is not even being completed before they are trying to take action on the desalination plant, which we know is backwards as hell. And so, we know we have been raising concerns around the PFAS in our water. Their solution to that is we're going to have forever chemicals in our bodies anyways. So who even cares? What do we say to that? Shame! Yeah, that works too. So all our council members, well, some of our city council members were up there echoing the concerns of the community. Others were trying to pretend like we do not exist. But one thing that they did tell us is that the next action being taken on this will be on April 28th. So I'm hoping that every single one of us that are here today can also show up, make public comment, speak out again against the Inner Harbor desalination plant for our community, for our neighbors in the Hillcrest neighborhood, and for the whole world, because we have a planet to save.
That's right. Yes.
The fight for climate justice is not exclusive to Corpus Christi.
That's right.
But it is a part of Corpus Christi.
That's right.
And it's something that we have to take a part of because we have a planet to save. And we have to do it for real. So thank you all so much for coming out today. Can we get one more? One more chant?
One more time.
Tell me what democracy looks like!
This is what democracy looks like!
Tell me what democracy looks like!
This is what democracy looks like!